over here.
Ew. This is the only man I can do it with because it's the only one that's loose enough to do it. Shout out to Manila Luzon. Ew. But, hola, hola, hola. Bienvenidos a the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality. And you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. And welcome to...
Look over here.
Our exclusive companion series, where you're diving into looks from episode 2 of MorbiDrags, Reinas Malditas. I'm Logan Murphy. I say something gay, or the algo gay. I'm still drinking coffee and water over there, but I've also got a cup mug. LonaGCreation.com. Link is in the description below.
Yes. Hola, I am Eduardo, the Mexican representative of this podcast. I'm here to talk shit and get hit. I'm definitely not itchy while wearing this. It's definitely not
at all.
incredibly itchy, and I'm definitely not like waiting for this podcast to be over so I can take this off. Yeah, I'm feeling great, feeling wonderful, lovely. I can't wait to talk about these looks.
That's how I feel about you talking about being itchy.
Not this.
Every once in a while, I have to play the go off button. It's very fun. But yes, we are going to dive into some Leyendas Morbidas. Very excited, very lovely, very wonderful time. We're going to go ahead and do that. Before we do, make sure to subscribe if you have not already, because we're here almost all the time, talking almost all things drag. Words are hard. And make sure to check out the description below where you can find all of our audio podcast links, as well as all of our YouTube channels and our Patreon for exclusive content and early access. So, without further ado, there's no music because this is not Drag Race. I'm just going to go over here to briefly talk about our host people and other people that are not our 7 judges.
Yes. Rico looks great.
Rico's so cute.
Rico's
I
adorable.
love his outfit.
Yeah,
I
like the
come
reference.
on, little mariachi, work.
Yeah, I like the. I don't think it's a mariachi. I think it's.
Well, that's what Aradia was saying. Team. Okay, yeah, no.
I think that's the reference to it because legends and whatever. But
you're so right.
That's what I think is going on. But
I was only going off of Aradia saying mariachi, so that's why.
Yeah, but the thing is that like mariachis and charros look very similar. Like the outfit is very similar, so like it might actually just be a mariachi outfit. I don't know. Either way, Rico looks great.
I also really want to shout out Anyasik because I loved the blue number with the pasties. I loved it.
Wild. The headpiece is wild as well. Also, shout out to Conejo Blanco because he was not in the episode. Shout out to you.
Shady boots. Eduardo. We're gonna move on.
I love this show. But sometimes not everyone can have airtime.
Let's talk about our beautiful Holy Trinity, our guest judge, and our conclave.
Yes. Well, since the White Rabbit wasn't here, he had to be represented by the Holy Trinity.
Yes.
It makes sense.
It does.
Yeah. Omar is here looking straighter than any other straight man has ever straighted.
He looks like a SoundCloud rapper. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he does. He does. He looks like the alt-right rappers that say the F slurs. in this arm.
Yeah. I'll say, I mean, this is going to come as no surprise to anyone. I think my standout is Astra.
I mean, duh.
But I think my other one is actually going to be Aradia. I think Aradia looks great.
Yeah, she does. I mean, I really like the White Rabbit situation, but I like her ears more than I like Midas's ears personally. So
Kovac looks
yeah,
great too.
yeah, Kovac, but Kovac always looks great. Like they do some grand shit, so
Yeah.
always looking great. They always look great.
Paradox confused me. Not in a bad way inherently, just confused me.
She has two faces. She has two faces.
Yeah. And then Arcana looks great, as per usual. Just beautiful, stunning woman.
Wonderful.
Wonderful,
beautiful.
Stunning, beautiful.
But they're all beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Let's talk about our looks, our beautiful looks. Capitulo 2, Leyendas Morbidas. Morbid Legends. I can understand some Spanish. Woo.
Yay.
First up, we have Luxie Luu.
Okay. Look, I think Luxie looks good. I like how different this is to what we had last episode. Because last episode we got very creature, we got very serial killer, we got very like video game-ish kind of character, like from Dead by Daylight. This is very, very different. This is a lot more feminine, which I really appreciate. And she looks really pretty as well, but she also does look monstrous. Well, not monstrous, but like scary enough for me to like appreciate it. I do think the performance was a little messy. It was not perfect. Um, I think she got a little tangled up with this baby that she's running around with. And yeah, I think the look is good. Is it, I think, something incredibly unique, incredibly like jaw-droppingly beautiful? Unfortunately, no, but I do think that this is overall good. So I think she did a pretty good job overall.
Yeah, I love Luxie. Hey girl, love you. I think this was unfortunately a bit of a miss. Just a little bit though. There's a lot that I like about this. This hair, I love the hair. I love the hair. I really like the makeup. I do agree with the critique that she got from Astra about adding a little bit more dimension to the face. I think with a little bit more dimension, it would have given a little bit more witchy, a little bit more just adding those layers are going to improve the overall what word am I thinking of? I don't know. Regardless, the overall impression of the look on a whole. The garment is well constructed. I will say that the garment is very well constructed. I like the boning detailing that's going on in the corset. I think that's actually really good. I would have liked a little bit more of dimension in the actual painting of the garment. I wish there was a little bit of like some lighter gray tones just to add to the dimension. Sorry, I keep using dimension, but that's the word to use, I guess. Just some dimension in the garment. Wither it a little bit, age it a little bit, because that's kind of the character she's going for, from what I understand. And then the performance was a little bit lacking. And I loved her performance last week. While I'm talking about it, Miss Luxie did let us know in the comments, and I do appreciate it. She lost the hands and the feet to her rabbit costume en route to MorbiDrags, so she had to come up with an alternative the day of that runway.
Oh,
So that's why
wow.
she didn't have it. But she did. And she had been prepared to do so. And she had to come up with an alternative last minute. So shout out to you, girl, for doing that.
Good job.
Impressive. Very well done. But unfortunately, this performance, there were definitely some technical errors. The baby was not babying.
No.
The rope got a little tangled, and overall the performance just ended up being a little messy.
Yeah.
So unfortunate, but still stunning.
Yeah, she, as I said, overall good.
Yeah. Scores.
75.
71.
We also have David's score. I gave you David's score.
Yeah.
David gave this 70.
Oh, good. Okay. Next up, Gouda von Cheese.
Another one where immediately we had some technical difficulties. Yeah, the horns just immediately flew right off. But I do appreciate that Gouda didn't let that stop her and that she just kept going. If something goes wrong, just keep going as if nothing happened. You know, most of the time it's like, oh, make it look like it's not an accident, but like something falling off of your outfit was obviously an accident. But I appreciate that she still kept going hard. I think this look is really interesting. I really like the makeup and what we're going with it. I appreciate the very messy hair. Is the look giving me Ghost? I'm not quite sure, but I still like it nonetheless. I think she looks good. I think overall, like she does look Ghost-like ish. I think she looks more demon than Ghost a little bit, but she still looks good. Yeah, performance a little messy. Look overall mostly good. Just there's definitely misses in both.
Yeah, I like this. I like that we're seeing, we got a little bit more monstrous from Gouda last week. I like that we're seeing something a little bit more on the feminine side as far as drag from Gouda. I'm really liking the versatility we're seeing 2 episodes in already. I think the hair is good. I think obviously the performance, the horns came off, and that's really unfortunate. But I think other than that, she recovered, like you said, in a very strong way. I actually really like the garment. I think the garment is strong. So her inspiration is the Shinigamis from Japanese culture, who kind of prey on feelings of death in humans. And so she was kind of going for that feeling. I do agree. I wanted a bit more of like a sinister performance from her. And instead it felt very it felt a little rigid at times. Yeah. I don't remember how long she's been doing drag. I don't remember, but I just wanted a bit more fluidity, like some flowing moments just to capture that character a little bit more. But overall, solid. Solid. And the makeup job here, I really liked it. I agreed what Astra was saying about kind of emphasizing those lines, because I do see the lines in the makeup and it's very well done. But from far away, I wasn't seeing it. It wasn't until the critique when they zoomed in on her face that I even saw the white lines going on in the lips. And I was like, oh, that's a really cool detail. I wish I'd seen it in the performance.
Yeah.
So, scores.
Both David and I gave this a 72.
I'm going to give Gouda a 70.
All right.
Next up, Sattiva Lean.
I feel like this is where I'm going to disagree with mostly everyone else.
Ooh, okay.
Because, okay, the look overall, is it giving me gnome or elf or like gremlin. Yes, it is. It absolutely is giving me gremlin. That's the word I was looking for. Um, I think the thing that I just couldn't stop looking at is the fact that it did look like her hands weren't painted. I don't know if she actually just didn't paint her hands, or if she just like if the lighting made the hands look a different color. I don't know because she's like painted this gray with green, like this muddy, all of these muddy colors, and it felt like the hands were not painted the same color. Um, Also, my biggest issue with this was the performance because at first I was living for it. At first I was like, okay, we're going for Nome, we're in the woods, whatever. Um, Mushrooms, we live in the forest. But then it kept going and it kept going. And then we ate the first mushroom and oh, we have hallucinations. And oh, we have hallucinations for a whole minute on stage. And then, oh, let me move on to the next mushroom. And oh no, this mushroom is poisonous, and I'm gonna die in front of you for another minute. And then I'm gonna lie down in the stage for another minute. And there's a moment in which I'm just like, can we finish the performance, please? Can we move on from this performance? There are moments in which your performance can run too long and where you lose interest. And unfortunately for me, that is exactly what happened with this. Like, the look is fine. The performance really, really was the thing that bothered me.
You know, I am actually going to agree with a lot of what you said. From my perception, and again, like I said in the recap, correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm happy to be strong and wrong. It didn't look like her hands were painted from what I saw. For me, didn't seem like it. I do agree the performance was too long. I do agree with that as well. I definitely agree with that. Now, with all that being said, I love this concept and I love this look. I love this character. I love this garment. I love the makeup. I love how the hair is incorporated on the face to really give this goblin character, whether it was accurate or not, I don't care. I like it.
Yeah.
And the whole character is supposed to be about like braiding, and like hair is such a big part of the of this legend that I really like the hair is incorporated so much. Yeah, overall, like I like the garment. I think it's, you know, it's well made. It fits the character. I think she did a good job. So, scores.
I gave this a 60.
I'm gonna give her a 79.
And David gives this a 75.
Okay. Next up, Sandovalisima.
Okay. I feel very similar about this that I felt about Gouda. It's like the the look in and of itself is good. She looks good. She looks pretty. She looks nice. However, the performance for me was the thing that also kind of was weird about it and was messy about it. Uh, were there any mistakes in here? I don't think so. But it felt very erratic for me, the performance a little bit. Like she gets stabbed, then her boyfriend gets stabbed, then the boyfriend stabs the person that was stabbing them, then they both die, then she comes back to life and starts dancing. Was it a bit messy? Yes. But I appreciated what we were going for. And I think when it comes to the look is successful, that's for sure. She looks pretty.
I was confused. Even reading the description, so this is Donyahi the Legend, is what she was going for. So they kill the princess,
Mm-hmm.
who falls in love with a mixed race warrior, I believe. And then like that's like the whole thing. I was just a little bit confused because ultimately the story is that like her body is destroyed, but the head remains intact. Like that's what the legend is. So obviously, gorgeous, beautiful mug and hair, and then destroyed body.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really get that from the bodysuit. And now that I know the legend, I understand the critique that Omar was giving, where there like needed to be like guts and stuff. Like I get that now. I was just like, oh, it's a bodysuit. Okay.
But it's
And
pretty.
also, Miss Mama, if you're coming out here to die, why are you wearing a glittery, strappy shoe? She's wearing a glittery, strappy shoe.
I mean, when I die, I do want to be wearing a glittery, strappy shoe. So, I cannot blame her.
This woman who died was not wearing a glittery, strappy shoe.
She should have
She
been.
probably wasn't wearing a shoe.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. She should have gone there without any shoes. This yet again. Week 1 we mentioned it. This week we're mentioning it again. In this competition, it is okay to walk out without any shoes. It is acceptable.
Yeah.
You are allowed.
But, pretty girl.
Pretty girl.
Pretty girl. Pretty girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, unfortunately, like, the pieces just didn't come together the way that I wanted them to.
Mm-hmm.
But, cute bodysuit, though. Scores.
72.
65.
David also gave this a 65.
Sure.
There you go.
Next up, Aradia.
I mean, Mothman is daddy. So immediately, I am absolutely loving this. But now for real, I really like going for Mothman. I think it's really interesting and it's really fun from what everyone else did. It's not something I expected, and the silhouette is so interesting and it's so fun. I think the mask, kind of that she has on, I think that's the most successful part of this look, including the like, not ears, the antenna that she has on. I think are also really successful. When it comes to everything else below the face, though, I think it did leave me wanting a little bit more. It felt like it was kind of second, like it wasn't as important as to what else was happening from the neck up. Like, I think the wings were good, but they weren't perfect. I think the like thing that's covering her torso feels it just, since it isn't covering her full body, it just doesn't feel fully done yet. But overall, I do really like this look. I think it is really successful. It does give me Mothman. It's just the fact that like the execution isn't perfect, which is unfortunate.
I love the inspiration here.
Mm-hmm.
I do love that they went kind of bare body with kind of makeup on.
Mm-hmm.
I liked that. Yeah, like the head was good, the accessory was good, the prop was good. I mean, they got critiqued for the prop, and I get that.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, I wish it was stronger, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
not mad at it.
Yeah.
Like the performance was good, the look was good. Okay,
Yeah.
work. Like That's really all I got, to be honest with you.
I mean, yeah, I agree.
Scores?
78.
75.
David gave this a 72.
Okay.
So we're all close.
Yeah. Next up is Ambrose Lugosi.
Yeah. I mean, in this picture, if I cover most of my screen, it looks kind of okay. If I cover most of her face and I only look at the headpiece right here, it looks good. Everything else I don't like. I you know, the performance was weird because I do agree with what the judges were saying. Like, if you are a monster that's seducing people into like kissing you and then you eat them or you kill them, why can't I see your monster face before you take off the veil? That's not how this should work. Like, I should not be able to see the reveal before the reveal happens. Um, I I don't remember who said it, but one of the judges said that it really does seem like the thing on her face is truly what she worked on, and everything else was just something that she had and just decided to put it on. She just unfortunately doesn't look great. She just doesn't look good in any way, shape, or form. Like, I do wish she would have kept the robe instead of taking
Close.
it off, because I feel like the moment that we took it off, like it just it it just didn't work. It just didn't work, unfortunately.
Okay, here's what I have to say. And first and foremost, I've been doing a lot of PSAs before I say things in this episode. Ambrose, I mean no disrespect to you. I think you are talented. You do drag. I don't. So that's a big step up from what you do this as a profession. I do not currently. So my opinion is only as a theater kid and as a performer. So like that's where I come to this from. I did not like a single part of this personally. I thought the performance was awkward. I thought it was a little bit uncomfortable. I'm going to be 100% honest. Like I felt a little uncomfortable watching it when the robe opened and everything was exposed. I felt a little bit uncomfortable. I didn't understand that choice given the legend. It didn't really make sense to me personally. Maybe I'm missing something with the legend specifically, but it didn't really work for me. I find the makeup to just not be good. And the fact that she was then also shading C-Facto later on her makeup just really didn't make any sort of sense for me whatsoever in the slightest. And I found that very weird and strange, and I didn't like that either, frankly. Yeah, the performance was jolted and awkward and uncomfortable. The look is a robe that you could buy literally anywhere, a lingerie set that you could buy literally anywhere, a horse mask that clearly all of the time went into that. It looks fine, but still, isn't the absolute best thing that you could produce. And overall, no. No. It feels sloppy. It feels unfinished. It feels lazy.
Unfortunately.
And as someone who has been very vocal, it just feels interesting. It feels interesting as someone who's been very vocal about other people's drag in this competition so far. It feels very interesting given the quality we're getting. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. It's just what I'm seeing as a viewer of the show.
Yeah.
I can only judge from what I've seen so far. So, scores.
53.
I will be pleading.
That's fair. David gave this a 60.
Cool. Next up, Dystopia.
I mean, what a jump in quality, honestly. Yeah. I really enjoy this. I really enjoy this. I think she looks wonderful. It's so different to what everyone else is doing, because sure, some of these legends are also from different Asian countries. I don't know specifically from where everywhere one is, but this one, immediately off the get-go, you can tell that it's a kimono, and you can tell that the structure of it is so well done. Like, all of these yellow parts work really well and are so pretty. I really, there's something about these like mouth stretchers that I think are so interesting and so fun when queens choose to wear them, and I really like them when they get accessorized. And so I think this accessory is really fun. I really like the sunglasses that makes it look like she has 8 eyes. Yeah, this is just overall a really good sensual look, which is very different to what we saw Dystopia do last time. My only critique is that the vagina in which she was pulling the string out of was not perfect. It was just like, you could tell it was made out of paper, and that's my only critique that I have. That's the only critique that I have, because everything else about this is so well done that I wanted I guess, as I said, the vagina to be as same quality as everything else. But overall, this is definitely one of my favorites.
I think this was my favorite of the week, actually. It's very close between two people, but I do think my favorite actually was Dystopia. I really enjoyed it. I think they did such a great job here. I was really proud of myself because I knew this reference, the Joragumo. And the only reason why is because I grew up watching Escape the Night by Joey Graceffa.
Yay!
I knew this immediately. Shout out to Joey Graceffa. So I loved this interpretation of it. I think it's really cool. The glasses are really great. The mouth stretcher, I do agree with you. Like, all of it fits very, very well here. The deconstructed kimono is so cool. The fact that their family helped with this too was like so sweet. The performance was great. I agree with you about the fake vagina, but otherwise, I think it was a really, really strong showing from Dystopia.
Yeah.
Very happy with it. Scores.
82.
84.
And David gave this a 78.
Well, boo.
Well, for David, that's like a really high score.
Fair. Okay, fair. Whatever. Next up, C-Facto.
I mean, I think I'm just absolutely biased towards everything that C-Facto does, because I always love when, like she said herself, when a folkloric girl is like very proud of her culture and what she does and where she comes from. And I really, really appreciated this. The dance was good, the performance was good. I really just appreciate, like, the actual look in and of itself is so pretty and so well done. But I also like the construction of it. It's so meticulous and the details are all there. As I said, I might be biased because they definitely mentioned the fact that it's like maybe it wasn't scary, or like it wasn't as close to the legend as it should have been. But I still really, really enjoy this, and I still think she looks great. I do want to see her make a look in which she doesn't paint her face like a gray or a black color. Uh, but overall, I think that C-Facto has just such a cool style that I will always, always, always adore. And so I think this is yet again one of my favorites, if not my favorite.
It's definitely up there for me. It's a really, really strong look. I do agree with you completely. What was a little lacking for me personally, because I think the look is gorgeous, obviously. The garment is gorgeous. The face is gorgeous. I do agree with you. I was very happy to hear, like I said in the recap, the critique from Astra about, wanting to see something else out of the chiaroscuro kind of color palette that they paint in. So I'm very excited to see what they come up with for, subsequent weeks. What was lacking a little bit for me was I noticed a little bit of an energy dip in their performance. I wanted them to be true to the character, but I also wanted a little bit of I still wanted the energy there, and it felt like there was a little bit less energy compared to what we got last week with their elephant look. That was really the only thing for me. Otherwise, the look is gorgeous. The performance was great. Everything was lovely. Everything was wonderful. Great job, C-Facto.
Good job.
Scores.
93.
Well, my score sounds horrible compared to yours. I gave them an 82.
David gave this an 86.
Well, I sound like a bully now. I promise I'm not. I promise. I love
You were one of the people ganging up on C-Facto and voting for her.
No!
Elimination. How dare you?
Next up, Setan.
Oh. Well, this is definitely not the best look that we had. Unfortunately, I agree to what the judges were saying with the prosthetics. Since there are two separate pieces, I wish that once she moved her mouth, you could see the movement in the prosthetics as well. And unfortunately, that's not what's happening here. And yet again, the prosthetics are not blended into the face as well as I think they could have been. Other than that, I think the actual look in and of itself, is it my favorite? No. Is it close to the legend that she's going for? No. But it's still like, it's scary, and it's definitely like, I just wish she would have just said that she is a werewolf, because that would have worked a lot better. And in that scenario, I wouldn't have to judge it the way that I have to, because the legend that she's referencing, it's not this. It's not this. And this is one of the only times where I'm like, Omar really hit the nail on the head, because if he knows exactly what these monsters are supposed to look like, and he just said that they never look like this, which is unfortunate. But as I said, the I guess it's the first. The first. It looks good. The nipples are there. They're blended in mostly fine. Um, I wish that when she drank the blood out of the baby, that there was more blood. But that's just me. And also, I think the hair is a little too pretty for this look. I wish she had some hair that was just a little bit messier, because I think this is just a little too clean for me. But there's definitely potential with this look. It's just not perfect, unfortunately.
I was gonna say conceptually it's great, but I guess conceptually it doesn't match the legend whatsoever, according to Omar. So, for what it is, which is a werewolf look, I think it's actually really cute. For a female werewolf look, it's a really cute, well done female werewolf look. But yeah, the technical issues again from Setan were what technical issues kind of held up a couple of people in this challenge, unfortunately, which was interesting because I praised her last week for her technical skills, so that kind of gagged me a little bit. I agree. I wish the baby had a little bit more blood going on. The prosthetic I liked, but it was, you know, a little bit weird. The hair I love, but it's a little too clean for this. Like, I needed it, you know, or, you know, mess it up mid-performance. Like, I like the
wish
idea. Yeah.
she was wearing the wig that Gouda is wearing. The very
Sure.
messy hair.
Yeah, sure. Totally. Something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the performance was fine for me. For me personally, I would not have had Miss Ethan anywhere close to that bottom.
I mean,
Anywhere.
yeah.
I think there are
There's
several
worse.
people that should have been down there before her. That's just me. That's just my opinion. But but overall, I think she did a really good job with what she had. Overall, solid execution. Technical things kind of let her down a little bit. And that's where I land with it. So scores
68.
69.
And David gave it a 77. So David loves this look, apparently.
Well, I thought I was the Sethan defender here, but I guess not.
Apparently, it's David.
I guess, yeah. Next up, Androgina Godhell.
I mean,
Yay! Can we just start with yay?
Yay!
Good for you, girl! Yay!
What is that game? I just love the Baba Yaga because I learned a lot about it because of the game that's made. What is it? Cooking with Friends or something like that?
Yeah.
Where the monster is the Baba Yaga, and you learn about it, about how she eats the children, and her house is with chicken legs. I just really appreciated how campy it was. Like, immediately when the house was walking down the runway, I was immediately living, and I already knew what was going to happen. And then the witch, it's just such a monstrous, evil, disgusting looking witch, and that's exactly what I wanted from this. The hair is so messy, it works so well. The skin is disgusting, which is perfect. She just looks decrepit, disgusting, old, nasty, and that's absolutely perfect. The performance was good. Everything about this was so good. This actually, I said that Dystopia was my favorite. I think actually this is my favorite. I don't know. It's tough to really pick. But I think this might be my favorite because, God, I'm already biased. I already love the whole story of the Baba Yaga, and now this was so well done. So I really, really, really love this.
To spoil my score, I gave her and Dystopia the same score. So, yeah, they're my joint favorites. No, I love this. The camp of this, I'm just so happy for Androgina coming out and literally just knocking it out of the fucking park. So fucking proud of her. Like, I absolutely love this. It's so camp. You can tell this is a character she studied and understands. And I really loved it. The house was so good. Even when they're doing critiques, like, she's just in the back, like, just doing her little witchy movements and just doing her thing. The one thing I will say, and this was another critique I had for several people, I wanted a bit more energy in the performance. That was the only thing that I had personally. And the garment, I understand that the Baba Yaga does not have this like grand elaborate costume or whatever. The garment she had on felt a little plain. Just a tad. And I wanted a bit more drag. Just a touch. But this is still absolutely flawless. very, very well deserving of a pin, and I was so happy that her and Dystopia specifically got one. And my girl Sattiva, because she got me some draft points. Appreciate you, girl. But yeah, overall, a very well done week for Androgina. Big props to her for bouncing back the way she did after last week.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hoping my girl Setan can do it after this week too.
Please, Satan, please.
Please, girl. Like, come on now. But scores.
I keep wanting to change it. 93.
84. So we both tied her with somebody else.
Yeah. And David also gave it an 84.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And last up, again, which I find very interesting, Maely Fish.
Yeah. And again, I'm not. This is just not great. Unfortunately, like last time, it was okay. Now it's starting to become less okay. I'm getting nervous, Miss Girl. I really need you to step your pussy out because I think you're great. I love you so much, Miley. But you're just not giving me what I want you to give me. Like it's just so plain. It feels like I would see several people wearing this kind of outfit if I went to like a mixture of a rant fair with like weirdly enough like a punk show with the hair. Like I don't know. It's just not giving me what I want. It's just it's just lacking. That's all I can really say. That's how I feel. It's just lacking.
Miss Miley, I think you're talented. I think you're beautiful, ma'am. This ain't doing it for me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like, I don't even get it. Understanding her, the legend she's going for.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's supposed to be a goblin. Other than the ears, I don't.
Yeah, no.
Personally, baby, I don't. The performance was strange. I didn't personally get it for me. The look is great. Like the bodice doesn't really fit. The cape is weird. The skirt is kind of weird. The face is kind of weird. The wig is cool.
Yeah.
But that's kind of about it. So
yeah, I'm telling you, she looks like she just grabbed random pieces from like the Rand Fair and she just put it on.
yeah, a little bit. But okay. Yeah. Scores
60.
57.
David gave this a 71. So I guess
Okay.
he it's definitely his bottom 3. It looks like.
Okay.
So,
all right. Cool.
I guess we're meaner than David, at least to Miley. We're sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Manly. But
Yeah, I'm sorry, Miley.
that is that on that for this occasion. So, thank you very much for joining us for this look over here for MorbiDrags Reinas Malditas. Let us know all your thoughts and your favorite and least favorite looks, or maybe just favorites, down in the comments below. Make sure to check out the description below where you can find all of our audio podcast links, as well as our other YouTube channels, our Patreon, our social media, the link to the recap if you have not checked it out already, and where you can get our merch, including but not limited to cup mug. And with all that being said, we are going to go ahead and get out of here. So cheers.
Cheers.